Greetings to all. Today, I am Viraj Bedi and my group members are going to present our science art integrated activity on the topic sustainable management of natural resources in Sikkim. So let's start by discussing what is sustainable management of resources. Sustainable management of natural resources is defined in the Environment Act as using natural resources in a way and at a rate that maintains and enhances the resilience of ecosystems and the benefits they provide. In doing so, meeting the needs of present generations of people without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs, and contributed to the achievements of the well-being goals in the Well-Beings of Future Generations Act.
Strategies of government to protect forests and to protect melting of glaciers. In 1997, forest area constituted 44.9% of the total area of Sikkim as compared to 19.4% of the country as a whole. Three distinct types of forests have been recorded. Sai forests, which occupy an area of 8,500 acres extending from an altitude of 700 feet to about 3,000 feet in the Tista, Rangit and Rishi valleys. Broadleaf forests, which comprise the middle and upper hill forests. Coniferous forests, which extend over 45,000 acres along the valleys of Lachen, Lachung and Domba. Forest area conservation. After the Forest Conservation Act of 1980 was implemented in Sikkim, it became mandatory to acquire permission from the government for any activities in the forest area. Legal diversion is now possible only for public forests, while for private forest land, this permission is not required. The state has an array of laws and policies in the areas of forest land and environment and waste management. In the realm of forests, the National Forest Policy of 1988 is the guiding document. The first working plan for the Sikkim State Forest, originally prepared for the period 1951 to 1952 to 1971 to 1972, was extended up to 2000, pending the formulation of a new working plan. It may be noted that under the approved working plan, only 30% of the forest areas have been covered. Meanwhile, a State Forestry Action Plan (SFAP), a plan for 20 years under the National Forest Action Program 1994 to 1995, NFAP, has been prepared to set guidelines for the management of plan for all the forests and ecosystems of the state. According to this plan, prior attention should be given to the strengthening of policy, legislation and institutional frameworks. This effort will be crucial to protect and promote Sikkim's biodiversity, for which incentive-based mechanism by both the Government of India and the state government can be introduced. Steps taken by the government for the prevention of deforestation. Deforestation has been the most critical environmental danger for the fragile ecosystem of Sikkim. In the alpine zone, grass, snow and temperature are maintained at a particular equilibrium. Thus, melting of snow takes place at the desirable rate only if the normal ecological features are protected. But if the soil cover is disturbed and ecological imbalances occur, snow melting takes place at a higher speed, leading even to avalanches. The following steps were taken by the government. The government launched a state green program. Government has also started a national environment awareness campaign. National Green Corps program was also initiated. A State Medicinal Plants Board (SPMB) was established for the conservation and protection of medicinal plants.
Glacier lake outburst, floods, GLOF and related disasters. From the time series, study carried out using satellite imageries of the Sikkim Himalayas to understand the climate change, induced risk and vulnerabilities of GLOFs. It is evident that many glacial lakes have expanded over the years. As a result, many big glaciers have melted rapidly, forming a large number of glacial lakes. The following measures were taken by the government for its prevention. Identification and monitoring of such lakes need to be carried out by evidences of past GLOF events. Remote sensing imageries were helpful in monitoring the glacier lake. Installation of field sensors in glacial lakes. Setting up of a lake warning system. Creating awareness among the people and adopting mitigation measures. Role of people. In Sikkim, The Amazon is a sacred cultural landscape managed by the ethnic communities Lepchas, Bhutias and the Nepalis, which is also the home of the sacred Mount Kanchenjunga that symbolizes coexistence between people and nature. Devithans and Gumpa forest, including forest patches, mother trees, rivers and stone dupas are protected all over the state. In the northern part of Sikkim, there are also exist another traditional self-governance system with its own rule for resource extraction known as the Zumsa. Lepchas, also known as Mutanchi Romkup, eternal children of the Mother Nature, are the oldest inhabitants of Sikkim. Nature has always been the priority for them, and some of their folk tales are based on disaster predictions. Famines are predicted when bears begin to raid villages, and langurs are seen in smaller groups. They also believe that wolves predict unfavorable climate conditions and will stop breeding.
As for the conclusion, we can see from the previous observations that because of the cooperation of the people and the vision of the government, there was a 5.3% increase in the forest area of Sikkim from 2001 to 2019. It was in the culture of the Sikkimese people that motivated them to conserve the natural resources. They also supported the government in their actions and also participated in their programs. Thank you everyone. I believe that the efforts made by my teammates were in accordance with the theme.